This is Prep Riley, brought to you by the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. The 6A West Conference baseball season is now in the books after the final regular season games were played on Tuesday. Let's go back to Monday when the two league leaders collided at Arvest Ballpark in Springdale, as 10-2 Rogers High met 10-2 Springdale Harbor. And when the dust settled on Monday night, Harbor was all alone atop the league standings following its 2-1 win. Cooper Dossett delivered an RBI single in the bottom of the seventh inning to give Harbor the walk-off win. Now that victory moved the Wildcats into a one-game lead heading into Tuesday's game at Rogers. Well, Tuesday was a new day, and Rogers was able to put Monday's loss behind, claiming a 5-0 shutout win and leaping over Harbor to claim the number one seed from the West in the Class 6A state tournament that'll be held in 2 weeks in Fort Smith. Now, because Rogers outscored Harbor 6-2 in the head-to-head meetings on Monday and Tuesday, the Mounties claimed the top seed, but both will get first-round byes in the state tournament, which is huge in terms of saving pitching arms. Rogers coach Matt Melson said his team's ability to move quickly past Monday's loss was huge.
Matt, I'm going to start it off this way. You knew the pressure was on because of what happened yesterday. Yeah. But how do you go about keeping the kids loose and not be too pressured?
Man, you know, I don't know. It seemed like we pressed just a little bit yesterday. We talked to them about coming out here and realizing that we weren't expected to do anything. We lost 17 seniors. None of these kids have ever played in varsity baseball, and that bunch over there is seasoned. You know, a bunch of good arms they threw out there at us, and so the pressure. We told our kids the pressure was on the other bunch, and they came out and played a little bit loose. I thought we played good defense behind Madden. There was a lot of hard contact the first inning. Then when he settled in a groove, he was able to pitch backwards a little bit and keep him off balance. But, obviously we had to get a big, I think, what was it, big third inning? Or fourth, whatever. Yeah, I think it was the third. Had a couple huge hits in there. And, then once Madden got, that 4-run cushion, it seemed like he was able to attack him a lot and let our defense work. I thought we played really good defense, which has been the staple this year of these kids, and I just can't tell you how proud I am of.
Yeah, and like the old game of baseball, when one team makes a mistake, you got to capitalize.
Yeah, you do, and we don't play any games that aren't close, and so every game this year, you can pinpoint one or two plays that were kind of the catalyst for everything, and that bunt there helped us out, or swinging bunt there with Seldenridge there, and that was a break there. But, we give our kids credit. We capitalized on those opportunities.
Okay. So with the top two seeds finalized, the number 3 seed went to Fayetteville after the Bulldogs bounced Rogers Heritage on Monday 3-2. Well, that was nothing compared to what the two teams did on Tuesday, as the Bulldogs completed the sweep, but it took an epic 13 innings to get that done, winning 4-1 on Wyatt Core's bases clearing triple in the 13th inning. That was Fayetteville's only hit of the game, a bases clearing triple. So Fayetteville's the number 3 seed out of the West. Now also in the 6A West this week, Bentonville swept Springdale High and Bentonville West swept Fort Smith Southside. And in the 5A West on Monday, Van Buren clinched the program's first conference championship since 1995 in a doubleheader sweep of Siloam Springs. Now, this is Coach Luke Weatherford's first year as a head coach of the Pointers, so congratulations on that for the Pointers. Senior Connor Johnson struck out 10 in the 4-1 opening win against Siloam Springs, and then the Pointers completed the sweep with a 13-0 shutout in Game 2. The 4A1 Conference opened its league tournament on Tuesday, and league regular season tri-champion. Now, 3 teams tied for the lead in this conference. Shiloh was one of them. But, man, they dodged a huge upset by scoring a run on a P. Ridge error in the 7th inning to claim a 2-1 win. Boy, that was a close one. Now, Farmington, they bounced Gravett 5-1 also on Tuesday in the opener. So both Farmington and Shiloh Christian earned berths in next week's 4A North Regional with Tuesday's wins. Now, rain came in on Wednesday across the region, so we'll see how that affects tournament play in that tournament moving forward. Moving over to softball, the 6A West softball race is coming down to the wire as Bentonville and Rogers continue to share the top 2 spots in the league at 11-1. And they will collide on Thursday. That should be a great one over at Bentonville. Now for Bentonville, the Lady Tigers. Now they have the edge in the tiebreaker in points, but Rogers holds the head-to-head tiebreaker by virtue of its 2-1 win over Bentonville several weeks ago. Now on Tuesday, Bentonville shut out Fayetteville 12-0 to take care of its side. Mackenzie Vaughn, what a game. 14 strikeouts in the circle. Oh, and by the way, belted a pair of home runs and drove in 4 runs for good measure. Now for Rogers, they also took care of business on Tuesday. They beat Springdale 18-0. Emma Kate Jackson, who has been dynamite in the leadoff spot for the Lady Mounties all season, had a couple of doubles in that win. So the teams in the 6A West will have another week of league play next week before the 6A State Tournament begins in 2 weeks in Cabot. Now, dropping down to the 4A1 conference, that was scheduled to begin on Wednesday, but again, we had rain in the area, so not sure how that's going to play on Wednesday, maybe Thursday or Friday before they get that one going. And we'll recap that next week, as well as previewing the 4A North Regional Tournament next week. Now, over in soccer in 6A West on Tuesday, Rogers blanked Springdale Harbor 5-0. That ended the string of 3 consecutive tie matches for the Lady Mounties. Now, Rogers took a 1-0 lead at halftime as Kendall Green scored a goal. Then Rogers dominated the second half with 4 more shots that found the back of the net. Now, Rogers' Jordan Badley, who scored one of the second half goals for the Lady Mounties, spoke to our Rick Fires after the match.
I'm super proud of my team today. We came out 1-5-0 after losing and tying multiple times. I just want to say my team did great and we did outstanding, and the tie feels really good. And the win feels really good, actually. Winning 5-0 is something we really needed, and my team is just outstanding. Having 5 different players score is just so universal, and that's something a team is like so unique, and I just love my team so much.
The match. So as the conference season moves to the final weeks, Bentonville and Fayetteville still lead the way on the girls' side. Bentonville is 9-0-2, Fayetteville is 8-0-2, and they will play in the final week of the regular season next week, which should be a great match. On the boys' side, Springdale High leads the pack at 6-1-2, and Springdale Harbor is also just 1 loss at 5-1-4 ties. The 6A State Soccer Tournament will be played in 2 weeks in Springdale at both Springdale High and Springdale Harbor. Now, photos like the one seen in today's show can be seen and purchased on our website at nwaonline.com/photo. So be sure and check those out in the digital edition of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Now, to subscribe to the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, you can do that at nwaonline.com and click the subscriber button, or you can call 479-684-5509. You subscribe, you will not miss any of this sports coverage that we bring you every day. So also be sure and listen to our weekly Prep Rally podcast, which drops each Wednesday as we talk to area coaches in all sports, along with special guests from across the state. Now, the Prep Rally podcast can be heard on SoundCloud, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher. So be sure and check that out each Wednesday. And we also want to remind you that every Monday, only in the digital edition of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, we feature 2 full pages of spring prep sports with team reports and a full page of statistical leaders and conference standings for baseball, softball, and track. So be sure and check that out if you are a subscriber to the digital edition of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. That's it for this week's edition of Prep Rally. Now, to stay up on all prep sports across NWA, click the subscribe button now. And be sure and join us back here next week as we continue to bring you coverage of all spring sports across the region. Thanks for watching.